Welcome to the Frederica Academy Coaches Show with head coach Brandon Derrick. Brought to you by Advanced Rehab, H&H Lifestyles, St. Simon Seafood, Urgent Med 1, Golf Cart Wholesale, Parker's, Jessup Furniture Outlet, Yates Astro, and by Locos. Now here is your host, the voice of the Frederica Academy Knights, John Wetzler.
Welcome to the Frederica Academy Coaches Show again. We are here at Locos Grill and Pub on the Bishop Media Sports Network with head coach Brandon Derrick. I am John Wetzler, and we have been here at Locos every Wednesday at 7 o'clock this season. We will continue to be here throughout the season. Hopefully it'll be for another, how many weeks, Coach? 5 more weeks. Hopefully we'll be here for 5 more weeks. This segment of the Brandon Derrick Coaches Show is sponsored by Locos Grill and Pub, Urgent Med 1. Hopefully we'll be here at home too. Urgent Med 1, Advanced Rehab, St. Simon Seafood, H&H Lifestyles, Golf Cart Wholesale, Parker's, Jessup Furniture, by Yates Astro, and now joining us on the head coach Brandon Derrick Show is head coach Brandon Derrick.
How are you?
Good. How are you, Coach?
I'm really good right now. We're sitting where we want to be, kind of where we expected to be, and looking down the road, getting prepared for what we're about to set out to do and succeed at doing it, I hope.
Well, Coach, we certainly faced adversity this season up to this point. Tomorrow's game against Monsignor Donvan, it's an out-of-region game, so it's, it doesn't have any impact on our playoff berth or our home field advantage for the first game, correct?
That's right.
So it's, I think for Monsignor Donvan, they come down here every year. They never want to play at home. I think they just like to come down here because of the atmosphere, the carnival, national holiday atmosphere of St. Simon's Island.
It's good for them because they're coming from Athens and it's a Georgia Florida weekend, and kind of lets them come and stay, and then they can travel on down. They get to hang out and enjoy the festivities here on the island. We even moved the game up Friday till at 5 o'clock so that we can get the game in and out and get everybody kind of off the roads or get them wherever they want to go afterwards. Last year we played at 4 o'clock and had a big crowd, so I'm expecting another big crowd at senior night for our guys, and we're excited. We want to finish out 7-3 and move on and get ready for the playoffs, and we've had a pretty good week of practice, so I think that we can handle our business early on in this one, and we'll be ready to go.
Well, Coach, just kind of recapping where we were when we started. We started off at St. Andrews again and had a strong showing. We had some adversity there that we started facing, particularly on the road at Valwood. We had injuries. And then we played a tough Bethesda team. We really could have won and had a chance to beat. Are they still undefeated, by the way?
Yes, still undefeated.
Yeah, they were a very good team.
Yeah.
I think, with the size and speed that they had, if they were a little bit more of a disciplined team,
they'd be hard to handle.
They were really a good team. 275-year-old school too, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yep.
And then we went down to against Pinewood. Pinewood again, a very disciplined team.
Yes.
This year, as they have been every year. We just just kind of broke us there at some point about halfway through the game. And we knew going into that game that we had to play mistake-free football.
Right.
And is it my understanding we might even face them again? Possibly?
If we face them, we're going to be standing in Mercer on November the 28th, playing them for the state championship. So that's our goal. That's our target aim. We've cleared our calendar to be ready for Thanksgiving weekend. Load up the bus after Thanksgiving on Thursday and get ready to go Friday morning and stay all night and play for a state championship. We've been talking about that with the kids, and I feel like this group has the potential to do it. They just got to go rise to the occasion and believe that they can do it. And you know, that's what we got to do. And I think they can. And, we've got the makings to be able to do that. We've got a lot of youth, but I think they're growing up. We've got that one key victory that we needed, and I've seen a little different look in their eye and the way they go about their business.
Well, this is the Frederica Academy Coaches Show with head coach Brandon Derrick on the Bishop Media Sports Network. Yeah, you know, I think we had a taste of the potential against formidable foes against Tift. You know, we had a good home crowd came out, supported us. Tift traveled very well, so you know it was a pretty intense atmosphere we had. One of the more, I think, exciting games we've had at you know, state championship. You know, I mean, there's been some exciting games there, but that really was a palpable sort of feeling we had there, and being able to get the best of Tift and give us that confidence. And then, you know, Bullock. I mean, they're a good football team.
Yeah, you know, they come in 7-1. That was the game that we referred to. That was the one we wasn't supposed to win that we won. You know, we as a team we felt like we were going to win the football game. As a coaching staff, we felt like we would win the football game. Now the rest of the public and the critics, they didn't pick us, but we all picked ourselves to go in there and take care of business. We had that one marked on the calendar since August. So you know, I felt like that was a key turning point for what we've been seeing here lately with our kids and the confidence, getting a little shot in the arm. You know, that was a tough fought game. I felt like we probably showed our youth a little bit and making a few mistakes here and there, and not capitalizing on a few of their mistakes. But you know, I thought we showed a lot of resiliency to return the kickoff and win the football game, and then just to control the last 6 minutes of that game was outstanding on our kids' part. You know, we let them back in it. I think we probably should have took them out of it completely at one point, but that's the youth part of it. That's where you slip up, and I think that they've done a good job. I think the kids understand it, so it's an exciting time right now for us.
Well, you know, it seems kind of elementary and sort of simple to think the first step to becoming a champion is believing that you've got the ability to do it. You know, that you have the potential and that you can actually reach your goal.
Yeah.
And but it really is an important first step. You know, to success is, you know, believing that you can accomplish your goal.
It is, and you know, that was the thing we talked about Monday in the film room, and I hadn't said anything to anybody. I hadn't even talked about it. I didn't say anything to my wife about it, just to be honest. It was something I thought about for about 2 weeks. We beat Bullock. We get ourselves in the right spot. And, you know, I went in and told the kids on Monday that it was time that we changed how we go about our business, how we do things, that we're a championship caliber team that start going out and practicing like we're a championship caliber team and preparing like one. I said, we fought through all the bumps and the bruises and all that stuff and the youth, and we're capitalizing on it. And, you know, I saw that this week. We've had a lot of flu and stomach bug and the headaches, and it didn't matter this week in practice. Whoever we put in, the next guy went in, just did the job, and I was really, that's what you start seeing out of a team that you know, we didn't really go hard and heavy. We didn't hit each other in full pads. We stayed in uppers, but it was very crisp. I thought the kids did a good job of focusing. You know, we didn't want to beat on each other a little bit. Tried to give ourselves a little bit where we could get a little bit healthy going into the playoffs this week. And what I saw out of those kids was we worked the ones for about 10 to 12 plays, and then the next guys would come in and boom, and they went against the ones, and they did a good job. I was very surprised. I thought our kids did an outstanding job being able to go in and adapt and do that. And that's a characteristic of a team that's getting ready to play for championships. Everybody's getting quality reps and pushing each other.
Well, because of two things. One, our delicious food has arrived. You look like you got the Philly cheesesteak, which I got the Locos wings, and I'm jealous of your Philly cheesesteak. But because the food's here and because it's time on our radio program to take a break for a word from our sponsors. We will be right back on the Brandon Derrick Coaches Show on the Bishop Media Sports Network.
It's time to get together with friends and family to enjoy great games, great food, and a great atmosphere at Loco's on St. Simon's Island. Loco's has something for everyone with their classic sandwiches, fresh salads, and specialty burgers. And Loco's award-winning wings, from traditional boneless or slow roasted, means it's time to get your wings on. With football season starting, don't forget to catch the game at Loco's too. Be sure to like Loco's on Facebook to keep up with the latest. Have your friends meet you at the Moose. Tired of waiting hours to get in and out of the ER, or can't get in to see your doctor? The wait is over. Urgent Med 1 is a fully functioning urgent care clinic with highly trained professionals, on-site x-ray and labs that will get you in, out, and on with life. Open weekdays 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. and weekends 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Or sign in online with ZipPass. Located off exit 36B on Highway 341, look for that MASH Jeep with the big red cross out front, ERGENT Med 1. Drive a few minutes and save a few hours. That back won't stop aching or that knee won't stop throbbing? Your answer is Advanced Rehabilitation and their staff of professionals. Locations in Brunswick and on St. Simon's for your convenience. Go to the place that is trusted by student athletes all over the Golden Isles as well as professional athletes. Advanced Rehabilitation specializes in neuro and orthopedics and will have you back in the game in no time. Find a clinic near you, physicaltherapygeorgia.com. H&H Lifestyles on St. Simon's Island is proud to sponsor this broadcast of the Frederica Academy Knights 2015 football season. From first downs and touchdowns to kickoffs and playoffs, the H&H team will be cheering on the Frederica team. H&H Lifestyles, appliances, bedding, audio, video, electrical, and security. Located in Retreat Plaza on St. Simon's Island. Go Knights! Fresh local seafood on St. Simon's Island. St. Simon's Seafood, located at 2463 Demery Road. In the shops at Demery Plaza next to Loco's, has everything a seafood lover could want. Wild Georgia shrimp, crab cakes, flounder, you name it, and St. Simon's Seafood has it. Seafood so fresh, it was swimming this morning. So stop into St. Simon's Seafood and check them out on Facebook. St. Simon's Seafood, the island's only fresh seafood market.
Welcome back to the Frederica Academy Coaches Show. Head coach Brandon Derrick on the Bishop Media Sports Network. I'm John Wetzler on location at Loco's Grill and Pub again. This segment of the Brandon Derrick Coaches Show is brought to you by Loco's Grill and Pub, Urgent Med 1, Advanced Rehab, H&H Lifestyles, and St. Simon's Seafood. Coach, we were, before the break and before our delicious food came, we were starting to talk about sort of the transition that's taken place attitude-wise, you know, as we kind of come into a conclusion of the regular season, taking a little time to sort of reflect on where we've come from and what we've been able to accomplish this season, and getting our mind right as far as, you know, what our goal is and believing that we can accomplish that. You know, what do you think that is the biggest component of the kind of the change that's taken place? I mean, I think we don't have a lot of seniors, but the seniors we've got, you know, have had I think a significant impact on this team this year. You know, what do you think about that?
Our four seniors have been good leaders. You know, Hollis has been outstanding in the offensive backfield as a receiver, as a running back. I think he's got roughly 1,200 or 1,300 total yards. You know, that doesn't even include his kickoff return yardage, so he's probably around more like 1,500 total yards with his kickoff return yards. You know, Ty Gardner at right guard and been playing defensive tackle. Ty's somebody that we're going to run the ball behind. He comes off the ball well. He gets after it. Dawson Covington has played every position on the offensive line and defensive line. He can roll in. He knows all the spots. It's kind of been the catalyst up front, being able to get everybody their assignments. I think it took us a little while. We found a home for Adam Eckert. He has really played well at defensive end for us. He comes off the ball. I mean, he's had some really good games.
Yeah, he really has. He got the Player of the Week award this past week, and there were so many weeks when we mentioned his name so constantly.
And he's really found a home there. So those 4 guys have really stepped it up. And I think after the Bullock win, they kind of saw the end. And you begin as a senior, you start to look up. You start to look up and like, oh man, this is coming to an end at any time. And I think some of them, they want to continue to keep playing and being successful, and they've done a really good job of leading the kids and being leaders in on the field and in the locker room, things like that. Keeping them under control. That's who I go talk to and say, listen, let's get this fixed. Let's fix this. And they go in. They tell the guys, let's go. Let's pick it up. And so I've been very happy with them. They've taken ownership. And 3 of those guys, a lot of those guys there, those 4 guys, they went through some trials and tribulations last year. It was a tough season. But they stuck with it, and they get to reap the rewards of what we've done, and what we're going to do. They're going to be able to look back down the road even next year when we're doing what we're going to do in the next couple of years and say, you know what, I was a part to help build that, and that's where we want to be. It's one big family, and everybody's welcome to come back and join it. We had guys come back up at Edinburgh Friday night, standing over there that had played. They were patting the guys on the back, shaking their hands. So they're always welcome to come back, stand on the sideline, and talk about being a part of it. I want that. I want that family atmosphere, and those guys will always be an integral part of that brick by brick part.
You are listening to the Brandon Derrick Coaches Show on the Bishop Media Sports Network. Yeah, I think winning is contagious. I think that winning becomes sort of when it becomes an expectation, right. not necessarily an entitlement, but an expectation due to what you're capable of doing, and due to the cooperation that you get when And Coach, you're being humble a lot, most of the time, all the time. Really, I have to say that I think your coaching staff has a lot to do with the contagious sort of attitude that you've got of sort of all in and setting an example for these young men to learn somehow how to think about more than just themselves. That's why I love the game of football as a father of 3 boys, more than any other reason. I mean, I love the game. It's fun. It's exciting. But the thing I love about it the most is that what you guys are able to do as a coaching staff is something that I'm obviously failing to do as a father, which is get my children to get excited about labor and about doing things that are difficult. I think I'm abrasive. You've managed to make it fun. You guys, you and the rest of the coaching staff. So it's contagious.
I don't know if it's real fun at 7 o'clock in the morning. But you know what's fun is when you beat Bullock and you beat these teams and you put yourself in a position to go and play in the playoffs and have an opportunity to put yourself in a chance to battle and get yourself to a state championship. I think they see now that, I always say what you get out of it is what you put into it. That was the way I was raised, and that was just it's just one of our mantras as a coach staff. We're going to push them hard.
That's what they say before boot camp too.
We're going to work hard, but we're going to have fun. I think the kids have a good time today. We're jumping around having a good time, and it's going to get bigger and tougher. And every year, this year we were not a marked team. Kind of under the radar. I think a lot of teams knew that we were coming, but they didn't know what was coming when we got there. I think in the next few years we're going to be the team that's everybody's looking at the barrel going, all right, they're marked. They're going to be here. We know what they're going to be, and I like that. I kind of like having that target, and I think the kids have fallen into the fact that you know what, coach is a little crazy, but if we go in there and we work out and we do what he says, we're going to have success. And they're starting to see that. They're starting to reap the benefits of that success, hard work. And that's what we're going to be. That's going to be our mantra. We're going to work hard. While people are sleeping, we're going to be working.
Well, football, is just it's a sport where it demands so much of your life. But I got to say, in my experience, when you play college football, I never got better grades than when I was playing football. Because, you don't have time to waste, But, speaking of time, I have gone over. So what we're going to do is take one last break here. So we will be right back to the Frederica Academy Coaches Show with head coach Brandon Derrick on the Bishop Media Sports Network.
Looking to make your life more fun? Then check out GCW Carts. With top-of-the-line carts like E-Z-Go, Bad Boy, and Cushman, you can cruise the island or just around the neighborhood in style. Need to rent a cart? GCW Rental rents carts for long or short-term use, and they make it easy by delivering your cart to you and picking it up when you're finished. So remember, for brands like E-Z-Go, Bad Boy, and Cushman, visit GCW Carts in Brunswick at the corner of Cypress Mill Road and the Spur, or call 912-434-4601. Great food, snacks, and the best selection of energy drinks in the Golden Isles? Parker's. A day outdoors, coolers, suntan oil, beach chairs, ice? Parker's. Fresh fruit cups, salads, and Dippin' Dots? Parker's. Get your Pump Perks card and start saving on every gallon of gas today at Parker's. www.parkersga.com, a proud supporter of Frederica Athletics. Parker's, and let's go Knights. Looking for top quality furniture at prices that blow away the competition? Jessup Furniture Outlet. Ashley, Universal, Bassett, Lexington, and so many more. Jessup Furniture offers delivery and 12-month interest-free financing located at 651 Scranton Road next to Old Times, or give Jessup Furniture a call, 912-267-1897. Also, find Jessup Furniture on Facebook. Jessup Furniture, your top quality furniture outlet that won't break your budget. You might not believe this fun football fact from Yates Astro Termite and Pest Control. In 1935, halfback Jay Haynes for the University of Washington scored all the points on both sides of the ball. He ran for 1 touchdown and was hit for a safety. The final score was 6-2. Yates Astro is on offense and defense and ridding your home of termites and protecting you from future invasion. Call Yates Astro. They've been protecting area homes and businesses since 1928.
Welcome back to the Frederica Academy Coaches Show with head coach Brandon Derrick on the Bishop Media Sports Network. I am John Wetzler on location at Loco's Grill and Pub. This segment is brought to you by Parker's Convenience Stores, Golf Cart Wholesale, Yates Astro, and by Jessup Furniture. Coach, we've been talking kind of more or less digesting the season. We didn't talk a whole lot yet about last week. Edmonburg, you guys had a real strong showing against Edmonburg. Impressive all-around performance. They never really seemed to be a threat in the game from the first snap. Our defense was very disciplined, it seemed, in the press box.
Yeah, that was our goal. We talked about it with the kids all week. Just go out there and take the wind out of themselves early on. Establish yourself. Let's have a commanding lead at the half. We'll play clock management in the second half. Let's get out of there uninjured. And get ready and start preparing. And I thought the kids, they did a great job. We had some big plays. We hit on some stuff. I think we jumped out 28-0. I mean, it was. We got on them pretty quick too. We hit them in the air. We hit them on the run. Had a few penalties that took some big plays away from us.
Yeah.
Some of them were some phantom calls, but there were some holdings that I didn't see any hands put on anybody. That's what you're going to get when you're on the road. And I thought our kids went out and they did a good job. You get a setback and they would step back up. They didn't get frustrated. We had a little bit of frustration at times and we pulled some out and talked to them. But they take a step back, but they step right back up immediately and made a play. You know, I think it was just an outstanding job by our kids. It's a testament to the way they went out. They took over the game. You know, I think all in all, I think Hollis had like 190-something yards total, 193 total yards, 75 yards receiving, 118 yards rushing. You know, we ran the ball for 210 yards. We threw it for 173 yards, and we didn't throw another pass in the second half. I think one time, and we just kind of went to the ground game. And you know, I think right now in the season, Gavin's thrown for 1,144 yards, 11 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions, and I think Hollis has around about 750 yards rushing, almost 600-something yards receiving, and then, like I said, on kickoff turns, and him, Jay Sean's at about 600-something yards rushing and 500 yards receiving, and you know, Luckett had some big plays Friday night. Caught the slant, caught a screen, took it almost to the house. You know, we got some weapons, and the kids do a real good job. And what I really, you know, you go in and make some stupid penalties, but like I said before, I thought our kids, they sell out for each other, and they're trying to make the big. They're not trying to make the big play. They're trying to make the block, the 7-3 for the big play. And sometimes it's not always in the front, or the referee doesn't sit in the front. But I thought offensively, our kids, they bust their butt for each other. I thought the O-line did a really good job. You know, Gavin had time to stand back there and make some step up in the pocket and throw the ball, and we rolled out well, and we got the ball down the field. And you know, I just thought defensively, like you said, defensively, I think we gave up 170 yards total offense all night, and that was even when we pulled the first team out. You know, what was that? Right at the end of the third quarter. You know, we had the one turnover. You know, we left a few points on the field, but I thought overall, I thought our kids did exactly what we wanted to do. And, you know, that's what you can't ask much more. Go out there and put 7 situations, 35-0. You know, I'm not one of those to go out and try to score 100.
Well, yeah, I mean, I got the sense that you were being wisely merciful pretty early on by not trying to, you know, run the score up, and also not trying to subject some of our guys that we need in the postseason to unnecessary potential injury. You know, and you got. It's nice to know that you've got all these people now this year that you got confidence in. That are, you know. I mean, freshmen and sophomores.
We don't have one person. You know, we got guys who mix up. It makes it very tough on the defense to try to defend us. We're going to try to make them defend all 53 yards of the field, and you know they're going to have to figure out what we're doing. You know, we throw in a wrinkle every now and then to catch people off guard, and you know we didn't have to waste any of our trick plays or anything. But you know, offensively and defensively, I really think the kids are understanding what we're trying to do scheme-wise.
You got that MASH play in your pocket, remember that play from MASH where the center hits the ball?
We got all kinds of, you know, we got all kinds of trick plays. We practice them even in a trick play period at practice. So, you know, I think the kid said the other day, he said, "Coach, that's about 10 trick plays you have." I said, "Yeah, that might be the tip of the iceberg. I've probably got 30 or more that we can do, but." You know, we do whatever fits our kids, and they've done a great job. It's been an outstanding performance by them so far.
Well, Coach, I just for whatever it's worth, my mom and dad made the trip to come watch last week's game, and they were impressed. This is the first time they'd come to a Frederica game, and they were really impressed with our team. And my dad had a lot to say about it, but he's quite the football guy. So, but you know, I did get the sense that after last week that we really kind of feel more comfortable in our own skin as individuals and as a team. I think that we really showed a kind of swagger, if you will. Not an arrogance by any means, but just a comfort level with what we realize our potential is.
Yeah, you know, I said that, you know, that look, you know, we're starting to get a little bit of that look. Kind of reminds me of that group I had when I was in Tennessee my third year. They were pretty good. We'd go out, and I was telling Steve the other night, you know, we'd be ahead 40-0 at the half and be like, I don't even know if we played good. We boom, 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 we scored. But they knew how to take care of their business early on, and I see this group starting to get to that point. You know, we're going to be in that situation a few times. I don't know if we're going to see it much anymore. Going into the playoffs, we're going to have to battle, and I think, like you said, we're getting comfortable with what we do. The kids are starting to understand it really well. When we point out weaknesses for the other team, they understand what we're saying, not that they're weak, but hey, he can't do this, we need to execute this. And so, you know, I think that the kids are just picking up on everything we're doing. What we've been doing for 3 years is really starting to absorb in, and they're grasping the concepts of what we've been doing.
You know, I noticed even against the teams that we won against early, St. Andrews and Tift, we kind of up until Valwood, it seemed like our defense didn't get like activated completely until the second half. But you know, ever since Valwood and even at Pinewood, we came out with the defense firing on all cylinders, and we've done that since the Valwood game. You know, we've really, I felt like we've come out, we haven't been back waiting for somebody to bring the play to us. You know, we've been moving, you know, leaning in on defense and just, you know, putting lots and lots of pressure. I noticed you guys are all the time doing different stunts on defense and different blitzes, and you know, just really keeping them back on their heels and making it almost impossible for everybody we've played to throw the football. I mean, Pinewood had some measure of success, but they really had some busted plays that they took advantage of and just made some athletic plays. But we really have our defense, to me, from my little perch up there in the press box, our defense to me has really started each game since Valwood. We just firing out, you know, back flat.
The defense, it's like you said, we can take chances up in the front because the back end's really good. You know, Chris, Hollis, Patrick, and Jalen, those four, you know, shine.
They're the best defensive secondary that we played against. I mean, I'm not just saying that because I'm biased.
You roll those guys out there, and you pretty much know. We even say it at practice. Let's just go and lock them down. You know, Luckett's out there. You got all those guys. Luckett does a good job. Sean, when he's rolling in, you know, like I said, they lock people down. We take people away, so you can do those things on the front end. You can take chances up front. You can, and I just Cameron McClellan's really come into his own.
Oh yeah,
you know, he sees it so fast. A play developed, and he reads it faster than the guard that knows what the play is. He's going to be there before the guard can make the play at any point in time.
And fearless, and absolutely fearless.
And I think that's been a big key. And the other one is Dalton Croft at the other linebacker.
Oh yeah.
Those two guys fly around so fast that they read it so fast, and that they're there, that the offense doesn't really know how to react. They can't ever get to the second level because if there's no one at the second level, because we're already meeting them at the line of scrimmage.
Right.
And you know, our defensive line, Ty and Dawson and Austin and Will and all those guys this week, the last 2 weeks have really kept the offensive linemen off the linebackers and our rovers and our jokers to come up and make plays, and they do. And I mean, they're there. It's you know, Cam's missed a few tackles the last couple games because of his hand. I feel sorry for some of those folks. If his hand hadn't been in that cast, he might dismember somebody. I don't know. He flies around and he hits people. Him and Dalton are outstanding right now in the middle. You know, and our front four with Adam and Red at the ends right now. And,
Adam's been so reliable.
You know, when you talk about that front four, keeping them off the linebackers, they're unselfish. They just want to make sure that the play's made at the line of scrimmage. And if it's a linebacker, great. If it's one of us, great. Do your job, read your keys, keep everybody hunkered down. And Cam's done a really good job of getting everybody adjusted up front. And Hollis and Patrick and those guys do a great job on the tail end of getting the coverages called and keeping everybody covered up. And you know, they're young, but they're going to be good. And there's not even, I won't say they're going to be good. They are good. You know, this week Harry's going to be in there at linebacker, and because Dalton's out, he's been sick, so Harry's going to be starting at linebacker, and that's another one. I'm telling you, he's going to be a good football player too. He's right now 6'2", about 175. I'm looking at him being about 195 next year, probably about 6'3". being hard downhill and knocking mouthpieces out too, like the other two that we got. So I'm really excited about our youth, and our offensive line's just going to get better up front with the youth. And right now, that's the thing; they're all growing up, and they're getting really good. I tell you, another one, Michael Tindall was in there today playing linebacker, and he's another one that's going to be outstanding down the road. Another freshman, you roll them in, and there they are. We watched him today, Isaiah. He's been a kind of a guy that was athletic and didn't come in the summer a little bit. Now he's here and he's starting to get into it. We had a long talk with him, and I see him helping Eric Tatum on the defensive side. I mean, we've been really happy. We got 24 practicing this week, and they really are practicing. They get after it and they're pushing each other. So we're excited about what we're doing and where we're going.
It's awesome, Coach, and we appreciate you, and thank everybody for coming out tonight that's here, and thank you for listening in on the Bishop Media Sports Network. Thanks for joining us on the Frederica Academy Coaches Show with head coach Brandon and Derrick. Come out to Locos Grill and Pub, where we will hopefully be for 5 more weeks, many of which will involve home games, Lord willing.
Yeah.
But if we continue to stay alive, it's very important for the Frederica Academy faithful and anybody else in the county here willing to come out and support Glenn County sports, football teams in Glenn County, to travel with us, because it makes a big difference when we got good support on the road. So we're at home this week. We'll be at home again next week.
Yep.
And then potentially on the road after next week with a victory. Signing off, I'm John Wetzel for Coach Brandon Derrick.